Oh god, somebody put me back in the fridge. Demolition Man! Released in 1993 and is directed by Marco Brambilla, who is also behind the film Excess Baggage. And this film is starring Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock. The film begins in 1996, and Sergeant John Spartan has apprehended the criminal mastermind Simon Phoenix. However, John Spartan is framed for negligence in the line of duty, and both of their punishment is to be cryogenically frozen for a very long time. Flash forward to 2032, Simon Phoenix escapes during a parole hearing. And since there's really been no need for law and order in the future, the LA Police Department decides to also unfreeze John Spartan because he is the only man capable of stopping Simon Phoenix. That is just action movie 101. There's a bad guy on the loose, and the law and order of that time just can't apprehend him. But there's only one man outside of the law who can get him. This is the formula that made Schwarzenegger and Stallone popular. Basically, this film is just the 1980s bleeding over into the 90s when things started to turn around, and we started getting that everyman type hero with Die Hard and Speed. But here's Stallone, still going strong and still finding any chance to show off his body and get naked on screen. I'm pretty sure we saw the little Italian stallion during the cryogenic freezing scene. I think if you are looking for the definition of just the mindless, cop-born, shoving in your mouth action flick, this would appear in the dictionary under the definition of popcorn flick. It's a bunch of very simplified story arcs and simplified action scenes, but it's actually disguised in something that's kind of brilliant, which is really the purpose of science fiction. It's really to take the themes and the messages around that time that the piece of art is being created, and it shows it in a light of where it could be in several years, or it's in a heightened state. And my god, when this movie was created, did they travel forward in time? Because they've got so many things right about our future. Again, this movie came out in 1993. It's currently 2020 right now, and we are dangerously close to a Demolition Man future. In this future, they've outlawed really anything that's bad for you or bad for your body. So red meat, nicotine, caffeine. We are slowly moving to that because now you can't smoke in public restaurants. Gosh, I remember growing up, and you had the non-smoking section and you had the smoking section, which is a stupid concept because the smoking section, it's air, and air is everywhere. So if you have a section, that air is just going to travel to the non-smoking section. It's a stupid concept. One of the better things that we have gotten rid of over the years, there's cryogenic freezing. Here, it's for grown-ass adults. We are doing cryogenic freezing for embryos and for sperm donors. They also have little planner chips that track your every move and monitor everything that you're saying, which we kind of already do with, like, animals and pets. I would not be shocked within the next, 10 years if that was going to be a mandated thing where everyone's going to be tagged. So you have basically like a GPS everywhere you're going. But they're going to mask it like, oh, this chip will allow you to do, like Google Pay or Apple Pay, and you won't have to carry around a wallet. You'll just have this little chip in your hand. They'll mask it like that, but really what they're doing is they're going to be GPSing you to death. In this future, there is no physical contact in any way. There's no shaking hands. There's no hugs. There's just the simple, oh, we're going to go high five, and then we're just going to circle it like that. With the whole outbreak of the coronavirus this year, I wouldn't be shocked if we moved to a physical greeting like that, where we do something, but without touching. Because I'm still not at that point. Things are starting to open back up now, but I am still not at that point where I want to really be near anyone or to touch anyone with a handshake or a hug yet. Oh my god, we're moving to a Demolition Man future. And also with the coronavirus, there's a shortage of toilet paper, or at least that was the big scare when it all started. And here in this movie, they don't use toilet paper anymore. They use shells, or seashells of some kind. It's never explained how you use them, but I wouldn't be shocked if we were looking for some sort of alternative to toilet paper, seeing how See how that was a big problem a couple of months ago. Apparently you can't have children unless you have a license, and then sexual activity is completely outlawed, which if that's the future, gosh, just kill me now. But I wouldn't be shocked if we actually did go down that road, because the government loves impeding itself onto how women should use their bodies, which is totally ridiculous and should not be happening. Their bodies are their own. Our bodies are our own. No one should tell us what we should be able to do with or without them. So government should back off, but sadly that's not happening now. But probably the biggest and the most eerie of all the predictions that this movie made for our future is the Schwarzenegger library, because Schwarzenegger had been president in this future. This movie came creepishly close to that. He became governor, and he was governor for a long time of California. He was governor for California, I should say. He's the California governor. I'm sure he would want to be president. He'd like to tell you what to do and to tell everyone out there, you know, everything's okay. And America is the greatest country in the world. I mean, we didn't get Schwarzenegger, but we did get a TV star as our president, and he's fucking everything up. So maybe it hasn't happened yet. I wouldn't put it past our government and our people to actually elect Arnold Schwarzenegger in the future to be our president. Why not? This film is just remarkable on the prediction end alone. When we get to the performance, though, I mean, it's a Stallone movie. You're gonna get a Stallone performance where he knows everything and he knows how things, you know, should be done, you know, the street smarts, but he doesn't really abide by all the laws. And Wesley Snipes, really, I think the only thing that I've seen Wesley Snipes in, aside from like cameos here and there, is the Blade movies. So it's cool to see him not as the Blade character. He has a lot of charisma. He was actually a lot of fun watching throughout this film. His motivation is very mustache twirling villain. I'm the bad guy. I'm going to do bad guy things. And then we have just the lovely Sandra Bullock. This was on her way up to getting, you know, more mainstream and more recognized. The following year after this, she was in Speed and won all of our hearts with that movie. So it's kind of interesting to see her before this. And I like her character. She's so chipper and so positive and gets so excited by the sight of violence. She's a police officer, and this is a type of dystopian future. Really, crime doesn't happen in this state. So the police officers are just kind of there, walking around and, you know, pulling cats out of trees, so that when things finally start to go down, they're like, how do we apprehend this person? I don't know what to do. Very unlike nowadays, where a cop would just walk up to someone and beat the crap out of them. I'm gonna try not to go down that rabbit hole in this review, even though that's something that we're probably gonna start looking at, or at least hopefully we will, where our police officers, our people in blue, are going to have training where we want to avoid using physical contact and physical apprehension as much as possible, hopefully. But it gets her excited seeing Stallone go about and apprehending people and cussing left and right and being all muscle jacked and everything. Probably fed a lot to Stallone's ego. But I think this is a good time. I know my friend Trevor, he recommended this. He's been recommending this for so many years, and I'm finally getting around to watch it. I had a good time. It's nothing special. Is it a terrible movie? No. I mean, this is your cheesy 80s style action movie just bleeding over into the 90s. And I think it's still enjoyable at this point. So I'm gonna give Demolition Man 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next. Next one comes as a recommendation from one of my subscribers and one of my friends, Alyssa. You recommended Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I believe this is a Shane Black movie, and I know that Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr., are they like cops? I haven't seen this movie before. I don't know. They're probably like secret agents or like PIs or something. I've heard nothing but good things over the years about this movie, so I'm definitely excited to check it out. Thank you very much, Alyssa, for the recommendation. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, leave your comment below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter and leave your recommendation there. If I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. And I have opened up a PayPal page on my YouTube channel. So if any of you out there are feeling generous at all and wanting to support me in my endeavors to build up this channel, and if you want your recommendations recommendation heard and maybe expedited. If you want to make a small donation there, click on the PayPal button on my YouTube channel, and anything's appreciated. And if you make any recommendations with your donation, it will definitely be pushed to the front of the line. So guys, have you seen Demolition Man? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And if you like what you saw here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.